why would you? This is the best part.
It really is.
It is.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Tom Governale here of the Bradley Beach Business Community Alliance. And today we have a treat. Probably one of my favorite stores and one of my favorite people in Bradley Beach is Simone Hazel of the Stockroom Modern General Store. Yeah. Well, it's well deserved. Simone has this air of grace and beauty and just a way about her, and it seems like it's reflected in her store. And we're going to ask 10 questions because this is 10 with Tom, and just get to know Simone a little bit better and get to know the store a little bit better. So, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
I'll blush in a minute, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Let's start with some of the easy questions, like how did you get started in the retail business?
So actually, retail is kind of in my history from many years ago. Like a lot of New York City kids, and when I wanted a part-time job, I went and worked in cute little retail shops in Soho and the Village and the East Village. And then I fell into doing window display, and that's how I kind of put myself through college. That was during the day where you could walk up to a retail place and say, let me do your windows one time. If you like me, you can keep using it. And then it just spilled into a lot of different things. And then I started working for a floral designer in their retail shop. And then I got recruited to work for a floral event designer. And then I started my own event design company, of which I still have. Not many people know that. And we do. And I spent many years traveling around the world and doing weddings and doing special events and private dinner parties, doing other flowers and decor and tabletop and then but before I moved to Italy, and I lived in Italy for about 3 or 4 years with my first husband. And I worked in a store called Gastronomia. Gastronomia.
All right.
Which is basically a gorgeous, high-end, gourmet specialty shop. So those layers started getting introduced into me. Walking into a beautiful shop, being able to pick up beautiful wine, cheese, salami, maybe some little tabletop chocolates, desserts, panettones, all those things. Are you hungry yet?
Yeah. Stop.
And then when I came back to New York, I started to work for Dean and DeLuca in their art department. So I helped them put together all of their basket designs for their catalog when they first started cataloging everything to start that up. And I helped them with their florals and all of their signage. So I kind of bounced around different locations. And really, Dean and DeLuca, what it started off as was a high-end gourmet general store. Because it had cookbooks, it had floral, it had all those categories that were speaking to me. And so just moving forward, after traveling, and then when I met Sean, my husband now, started helping with his retail business, which, he's in men's clothing. And I started to feel like I need a little bit more of a creative outlet. And we own this building, and we inherited the tenants here. And then when one of the tenants moved out, we started talking about what we wanted to do, and we waited a little bit of time. And then I said, I really want to open up my general store. And he said yes. And it was probably one of the most beautiful gifts anyone gave me. It was just to say, do what you want to do in the space, and you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's great that you had that opportunity, and it seems like everything that you just said about the things you've done, where you worked, where you lived, it's all reflected here. You feel like there's a little bit of Italy going on, and there's the floral arrangements everywhere are fantastic, and it's all reflected in your history, and
Yeah,
you took it all, you put it here, and we get to reap the benefits.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, why should someone come here to Stockroom Modern General Store at 625
Second
Avenue?
Off Main. Don't
Right
get
off Main.
confused because 2nd and 3rd Avenue come together.
That's right. They start right there. I'm looking at it right now.
Exactly.
And but why should someone come here? I know I come here, and I'm probably going to wind up just underscoring everything you say. But what do you think someone should come here?
Well, I mean, of course, I want everyone to have a shopping experience, but the door is always open. I have lots of customers that come that don't really buy anything. They just come to talk. There is this space here. It is very inviting. I think connections happen here too. I can't even tell you how many times clients have come in to buy a piece of bread and some olive oil and maybe a piece of cheese, and another client comes in and either they know each other or some sort of connection has happened, or like for example, Ariana from the cinema, she was here. This is my latest connection, and another client
She's
of mine
fantastic,
came
isn't she?
in, and the other client came in not because she needed to buy anything, but she wanted to know if I had a wine key to open up a bottle of wine of hers, right? And so when she did that, she made the connection, and she ended up donating all the drinks for the event.
In a town like Bradley Beach, where it's not a big town, but there's a lot going on, it's as if we're in a very large block of New York City, where people come in and do things like that. It's a town, but it's a neighborhood, and that's a really good reason to come in. You're right. Can I give you a reason why
Yeah.
Well, last minute Tom, I guess. I'm always, when we're going to a party, we need to bring something. And I can come in here and say, oh my God, we need some meats and some cheeses and some pastries and some house gifts or something like that. And don't worry about it, she'll just put something together. Maybe you'll pick one thing out, she'll pick out 2 more things, put it in there, all of a sudden you got a little basket or you got something
With
to
a
bring.
big ass bow.
Yeah. And bam. So for those of you procrastinators out there like myself.
Also,
Yeah.
yes. Planners and procrastinators.
Yeah. As far as the things that you do sell, what are your big sellers? Is there something that really stands out that people are like, okay, yeah,
It's interesting you say that, because I feel like when I first opened up, I had certain categories set in my mind that I wanted to tackle, but I also am realistic to think that as people are coming in and what they gravitate towards and what they say, oh, you should really carry this or that. So those things have changed over a period of time. But I knew that I wanted to have tabletop type of decor that are great as, hostess gifts or when you're going somewhere. I knew that I wanted to have elements for the beach bags, so that always worked really well. Beach cover-ups. And then I wanted to take things to always tie into the gourmet kind of level. So the aprons, the little pantry items, the olive oils. I mean, everything I have is here for a reason. The cookbooks. I love cookbooks. I have a cookbook library, and people really still love picking up a cookbook. And then, I phased into cheese. I phased into baby. That's my new thing.
Okay, there you go.
It's always been my
Right.
my dream. I love kind of high-end European style baby things, but I also wanted the baby to have a gourmet feel to it. So there's baby cookbooks, baby tabletop.
Don't they need to be able to read before they can?
Well, like little ones and big ones, or cooked with. Or I had a beautiful cookbook was touring the world in different kinds of purees for your first time eaters.
Wow.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
So
Like I
love
said,
that.
very creative, and it shows in the things that she's selling. As far as your hours, or actually, less about the hours, but what's the perfect time to come here?
So I am only open Friday through Saturday, 10 to 5, all year round. I never change it. The only time I will change it is if I actually have to close the shop, because we do a lot of big special events outside. But the hours are right on the door, and I try to stay real true to that. So anytime during that.
Okay.
Times,
All
yeah.
right. So if you've got, say, repeat or top customers, what do you
I always
think?
take care of that.
That's right, she does. She does. If you could pick 3 words to describe, if you were, say, interviewing them, what 3 words do you think they would use to describe the experience?
I think that one word would be multi-layered.
Okay.
A little. Oh, I don't have to do words. One word each.
We'll give you a little leeway.
Something for everyone.
Something for everyone. Very good.
Everyone.
Right.
Welcoming. I think that
Perfect,
I
yes.
feel that. I feel like I want to be welcomed when I come into a space, and with no pressure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as one of your customers, yes, welcoming was the perfect word. Excellent. Challenges. You've always got challenges. What are some of your biggest challenges?
Well, the biggest challenge actually is navigating off season, I think, for me. Because, I want to stay consistent to my hours, and I want the locals to always feel like they're coming in and seeing that there's things to choose, that I don't feel empty. But usually January through, I would say, mid-March to the end of March is a little challenging. That's a challenge.
Well, we're a beach town.
Yeah.
Now, we're year-round, but we're a beach town.
Yeah.
So
I navigate that, and it's very funny. I look at the weather every weekend in Bradley Beach, and that's how I place my orders.
Oh.
So if I think it's going to be gorgeous out next weekend, I'll beef up on a couple more things because I want people to come in and be able to have variety. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got to anticipate that. That is a challenge.
Yeah.
Changes. Anything you're looking to add, subtract, any kind of changes for the coming year?
Well, like I said, I started the baby division, so I'm just going to kind of keep playing with that because it's a passion of mine that I had for many years. And I don't know what was holding me back, but I dove into it. And then the new layer to the shop is I'm going to have fresh produce.
Oh, hey.
Yes.
Very nice.
I started this weekend, and I want to phase in with maybe a couple specialty things, but staples as well. So, if you need a lemon, I have a lemon.
Well, it brings up a very good situation because you've got the fresh produce, and you've also got pastas and sauces and things to go with the fresh produce. So you got a whole meal waiting to happen here, and it's not fast food, and it's not it's fresh and it's high end, so it's delicious.
Thank you.
Great.
That's also the thing. I need to start. I've felt the need to integrate a little bit more of healthy things, and the produce helps to do that.
Fantastic. You're also a resident of Bradley Beach, so where do you like to shop? What do you like to do?
I have to really admit that I actually have one day off. It's Monday.
Here we are.
And this is cool. I mean, this is my space. I love being here. It's so hard. I feel like I have to pick and choose where I'm running around. But that Mondays, most things are closed down here.
Yeah.
So usually, if I had the favorite day of my life, I wake up, have coffee, maybe a little something to eat. I like butter biscuits. Sean and I like to go there and maybe split an entree.
Sure.
And if I didn't have any pressure, I would go get a massage and chill. And really, actually, I would grab stuff from my shop, go home, and cook a nice meal and drink a lot of nice wine.
Okay. Well, where's my invite? I'll take it. That's good things to do here in Bradley Beach. What's your favorite thing about Bradley Beach? I mean, what do you like most about Bradley Beach?
I like that it's small and intimate. Like I said before, I'm born and raised in New York City. And even though New York City is a really highly compacted place, it's still an island, and I still feel like I'm an island person. I can't tell you how many times I'm walking the street or go to a restaurant randomly all over Manhattan, and I run into people who I know, like people who I who are also real New York City people who've been there all of their lives. And there's an unusual sense of community that happens there that not a lot of people know about. And I feel that here too, you know. Plus, who can beat I love the beach.
Top left on the beach right down there.
Yeah.
Right down there.
It's the air, the fresh, beautiful air.
Yeah.
It calms people down. Yeah.
Just thinking
exactly,
about it.
Right?
Just thinking about it. It's the end of March right now. We're getting a little beat up with some cold weather and wind today, but
okay.
pretty soon. Pretty soon. I think we're at question number 10. This is 10 with Tom. So, what kind of advice? We'll make this kind of a two-part question. What kind of advice were you given at some point in your career that really helped you? And then, assuming it's the same or not the same, what kind of advice would you give to somebody else that might maybe either wanted to come here to Bradley Beach and start a business, or just maybe in general?
You mean in retail business or in general? In general, like.
Yeah, in general. I mean, anything that stuck out that that really helped you, because it seems like you really got your act together here. So you weren't without some kind of good advice on something.
I think the best piece of advice I got that probably I think that flows throughout everything that I've done as a young adult, is that my father once said to me, if you're a true artist, don't be afraid to use any medium. Whether you decide to paint, do photography, cook, whatever you decide you want to do, don't be afraid to use any medium that you want to use. And so, if you're looking at things in an artistic way and there's all those different layers, then you can bring them together. It doesn't matter what they are. Whatever speaks to you.
Where do you go, Dad? That's some
Yeah,
good
right?
advice.
And then he had another piece of
One more.
Simone, we are too poor to buy inexpensive, cheap things. And that being said,
You'll find out how expensive they are when you buy the cheap stuff. Right?
because either they fall apart,
Yeah.
or you don't value them, you don't put value on them the same way, and just push yourself a little bit, get something high quality. Don't cheat yourself. You're worth it. You're worth it.
You're worth it,
Yeah.
and so is Stockroom Stockroom Modern General Store. It's worth it. It's everything here is fantastic for all the reasons that we mentioned here, and our time is just about up. Is there anything else that you want to throw in there?
No, I'm glad that we finally, got to do this again, and I look forward to seeing it.
Another example of a great place here in Bradley Beach that you should visit. But today, it's all about Simone Hazel. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time. You're welcome on 10 with Tom.
Thanks for checking out today's 10 with Tom. If you have any questions about today's show or the Bradley Beach Business Community Alliance, or if you have any questions about real estate, give me a call, 732-689-2072. Thanks and have a great day.